to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Chef Confidential is sponsored by Mosseri Produce, one of the best family-owned food distribution companies, proudly serving San Diego since 1946. Learn more about their seasonal, local, organic, and sustainable foods by visiting mosseriproduce.com. Welcome to Chef Confidential, where we get under the hood and into the kitchen to learn the art, science, and passion of cooking from great chefs.
Welcome back to Chef Confidential. A special thanks to the 71-year-old family-owned Mosseri Produce. Organic, sustainable. It's sustainable, Nino. Sustainable produce. If you want something fast, what do you say?
Mosseri's.
That's right. They're all family friends, by the way. Great company.
Great guys.
Yeah.
The best.
Love them. They're like cousins. We were just hold on a minute. Welcome into the studio. Just arriving from Studio 4 in Cloudcast Media Group is our CEO, Charles Parisi. Way to jump in here, Charles. Glad to see you, sir.
Charles, how are you? How you doing?
Nino, great to see you. David, first of all, congratulations on the new show.
Thank you, sir. This is my boss.
I was listening to it, and it's off to a great start. But I really wanted to jump in just to say hello, because obviously I've known Nino a long time too, and Nino, there's really nobody better in San Diego. I tell everyone all the time.
That's a compliment coming from you.
And it's just great to.
Wait a minute, you said it was a compliment coming from me.
Yeah, but I lied. So.
But it's great to have.
He's bigger than you are.
It's great to have you on the first show too, because you do special things in the kitchen.
Thank you. Man.
Thank you.
It's incredible. Which brings us back to what we were talking about in the last segment. Is you were pulling ink sacs out of a squid before you're making this rice ball. So that's where we left off.
Yes.
So pull the rest of them out and tell us how you're doing it.
So basically, you pull them all out very carefully. You slice it open, and you cook it. You know, you take an onion. You take some. I got to give you. I don't want everybody to steal my recipe now, but it's okay. But I can tell you. I mean, so basically, you take an onion. You take the ink sacs. You start cooking them down, and the ink will start coming out. Now, I like to add a little bit of tomato paste. It adds a little bit of thickness to it, just a tiny bit. And basically, you cook that for about a couple hours. Okay, add a little salt, add a little pepper, and just let it cool down and leave it. It is a great flavor.
Oh, it's fantastic.
A lot of people look at it and it doesn't. You know, you see. Obviously, we're not used to eating things that are black. I mean, black licorice. Everybody.
Yeah.
You're used to eating a different something that's more red, green, white. But once you eat it. The taste is phenomenal.
I love the.
There's nothing like it.
Did you notice how he said red, green, white, the Italian color?
Yes.
Oh, did I really say that? I didn't even notice that. Wow. First.
Which stands for the red is tomatoes, the white is an onion, and the green is what? Parsley?
I love the way.
I think the white is cheese.
I love the way Dave says tomatoes.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a Jersey tomato.
That's right. No better tomato than the Jerseys. Oh, well, Mosseri will beg to differ, but they sell those too.
Anyways.
Oh, gosh. All right. So give the listeners a feel for a Friday night at Barbusa. Like great jazz musicians, they say it's improv when they're first working with the band, right?
Well, of course.
So is it like that in your kitchen?
You know what? It is, but once you're comfortable, once you've been doing it for a little bit and you have your normal staff there, everybody's there and you've been doing it for about a good year, and everybody, it kind of like everything falls into place almost. It almost seems like, okay, the curtain's going to open up. It's 5 o'clock. We're open, and everybody's nervous. And as soon as it opens up, boom, everything's calm, done. Every now, what I do is, I am very hands-on. So I'm basically From the saute line, I go to the salad section. I look in the pizza section. I am in our dessert section, our pasta section, because we make all our fresh pastas
Right.
there. Up out in the front.
Right.
You can walk up and you can see the lady making fresh pasta. Then I'm over at the seafood section. We have kind of like a raw bar per se.
Yeah, I saw that the
We
other
do a
day.
nice Sicilian octopus salad, which is very difficult to get anywhere. I don't even know anybody else that has it. Do you, Charles?
Not
I
the
don't-
not the raw one.
Well, no, it's not raw.
No?
See, that's why I'm the cook and you're the radio host.
Good. Well, what is it?
So it's obviously it's boiled. What we do is we steam it, boil it, let it cool off, then we cut it up, and we mix mussels, clams, calamari, octopus, shrimp,
Wow.
celery, onions.
Well, this is it's Nino. I've had the pleasure of seeing you in a kitchen.
Oh, we've kind of like almost grown together.
Maybe so. But here's what. But David, it's a great question because a Friday night at a restaurant like Barbusa, which is one of the busiest restaurants in San Diego and certainly in Little Italy, and I've seen. But the question is, if you're going to do 500 people in a night and every dish is going to be
I think we do
perfect,
a little more than that.
well, whatever it might be, it's amazing. But and the pace of the kitchen and
Right.
people coming in with different reservation times. How do you actually help our audience understand actually how you pull that together? How hands-on are you?
I don't pull it together. My staff pulls it together. Because if it wasn't for them, we would not be able to do it. We would not. It is not. No one person can do that. Basically, I'm like the coach. The team wins the game. I'm just coaching them. Somebody falls down, you pick them up. Somebody. There's a problem, you try to take care of it. But ultimately, it is the staff.
So, David, I apologize, but I'm so excited that for your show and Nino here. Let me just throw one more question in.
Yeah.
That's a great comment that you're a coach. So, we're all sports fans. When does your team have time to practice? Is it during the week? How do you allow them the opportunity to continue to work on their craft and get better at their skills?
It's the hands-on. It's doing it every day. And making sure every day, it's a repetitive thing. It's just like practice. It's just like practice. Only we're doing it with real people there.
Yeah.
It would be like selling tickets to a practice.
Yeah.
People would go. They would go.
Absolutely. Well, staying on that coaching thing, because I've heard you've mentioned this to me once before, and I've heard other chefs say this as well. For example, Barbusa, Friday night, 700 covers or whatever you're doing.
Somewhere
the
close to that.
customer had a great experience, so you won the game that night. But I've heard you say the kitchen was a little off today. What does that mean? Only you may know it, the customer know. But how can a kitchen be a little off?
Of
their game.
Okay, look, I'll tell you. You were talking about orchestrating. Okay, It all starts at the front door. Okay, the front door is the conductor. Let's say I'll give you an example. And this is where you hear screaming, yelling. I'm going to the front. So let's say you get 20, 30 people at one time. Let's say you have somebody inexperienced at the front door, or you let them in like a herd of cattle. I mean, what does that do?
It's going to make everybody get us late on their meals.
Now I got 30
there's a lot
people.
of drinks going out first.
30, I wish. 30 people ordering all at the same time.
Right.
Instead of take 5, sit them down. You got to set a pace. So what happens is one little thing can throw the whole restaurant off.
Right.
That's why everybody has to be on the same page. That's why we do like a little group huddle before the night. We always do like a little. We always do like a little pep talk right before we start the night, just to remind people.
Do you do a debrief afterwards to say what went wrong, what went right, what can we improve on?
My debrief is a black label on the rocks. That's my debrief.
Well, there's a little plug for Johnny Walker.
Yeah. Does the chef's personality resonate into the dishes?
Somewhat, yes, it does, because I'm literally watching every dish that comes out of that kitchen.
Because I even see you come out of the kitchen, right?
Kitchen. I know you back east guys. I got to learn this language.
I see you come out of the kitchen.
Yes.
You engage with the person's that are ordering and the
I
clientele, and then you go back
look,
into the kitchen and
besides my cousins walking around and making sure everybody's happy, I like to walk around because maybe there's a dish that I didn't see because I was in the seafood section or whatever. So I walk around and I look, and I just want to see what people's reactions are, because you could tell a lot by somebody. You don't have to speak too much.
And that's
I could
important.
look at you and know if you like it or if you don't like it.
Right. That's important. Can a guest have an independent review of food versus the whole experience of the restaurant?
Well, hold on. That's an interesting question. Let me make sure I understand your question, and then I'd love to hear Nino's answer, because I think I know what you're asking. Meaning that, hey, like a food critic coming into your restaurant is going to be focused just on the food. Can someone?
I don't think he's going to focus just on the food. I don't.
You think he's looking at the whole experience?
See, look, watch, and this is from experience once again. I have an experience that when somebody walks through that front door, okay, if they're in a bad mood, you better put them in a good mood, because from start to finish, nothing will be right. Even if it is the best meal you ever had, nothing will be right. They're gonna find one thing.
Can great food, can a great dish overcome bad service at the beginning?
That is a tough question. It depends on the individual. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's some people you just cannot please. They just had a bad day that day. Let's say you're sitting down. I've seen this happen a million times.
Let's hold that,
okay?
Because we're going to dive back into that. You're listening to Chef Confidential with Nino Zizzo. We'll be back right after this. Thank you.
Thank you. By listening, you help prove that content marketing works. You need to engage your customers. We provide the solution. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
If you heard that sound, you probably are eligible for insurance from Navy Mutual, insuring the men and women of the Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. Here's what one policyholder, retired Navy Commander Thomas Dade, had to say.
Navy Mutual is the best insurance decision I ever made. I wish you had a savings plan available that earned the rates my Navy Mutual insurance has been earning.
Navy Mutual Aid Association, started by military members in 1879, serves active, reserve, and retired military today. Navy Mutual honors our military by providing them affordable life insurance with the features they need without fine print, sales fees, or military service restrictions. Value, integrity, trust, and stability are the cornerstones on which our commitment to you and your loved ones are built. Call Navy Mutual at 1-800-628-6011 or NavyMutual.org for your personal life insurance plan consultation. 1-800-628-6011 or NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Which sandwich is healthy and tasty? Which sandwich can come on bread or in a bowl? Which sandwich comes 51 different ways, so it's always your way? A which sandwich. Stop into our shop in Hazard Center. We're upstairs from the Hazard Center Digiplex. Bring in your movie ticket. We will add a free drink and chips to your sandwich order. Or order online at which.com, and we will have it ready and waiting. WHICH, which.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
I can't speak more highly about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me get my health back, get my energy back. And Dr. Agoli, when I first came to you guys, you found a thyroid problem, and I had no clue, but that's really common with a lot of your patients, right?
Underactive thyroid is the most misdiagnosed condition in the United States. According to the American Academy of Endocrinology, well over 25% of the population is not being diagnosed properly. It's because of the testing parameters. If you go to your traditional doctor, they could be missing a key component. If you have crushing fatigue, inappropriate weight gain, cold hands, cold feet, losing hair, lack of concentration, even headaches and migraines could be caused by underactive thyroid. At Progressive Medical, we get to the root cause of the problem because we are integrative, and integrative medicine is good medicine. We use a combination of medication, natural supplements, diet, nutrition, lifestyle modification, and that's what makes it so unique because we tailor it to your personal needs, and that's interesting because you are tailored.
Yes, and if you want to get your energy back, be the most vibrant version of yourself, you got to get to Progressive Medical Center. I'm so glad I went. Contact them today through progressivemedicalcenter.com.